Have you ever found yourself kind of stuck in that loop? You just plan to check one quick reel on social media.
Oh, yeah. Just one.
Exactly. And then next thing you know, poof, 10, 20, maybe even 30 minutes are just
It
gone.
completely vanished. It's like your original intention just evaporates.
Right. And you're left feeling totally out of control. I think we've all been there.
Yep.
Whether it's that endless scrolling or maybe skipping a workout you promised yourself.
Or putting off something important, yeah. Procrastinator.
And it leaves you with that nagging feeling like, why do I keep doing this?
It's such a common feeling, isn't it? That sense of, I don't know, self-betrayal. Like you know what you should do,
Mm-hmm.
but something else just kind of takes the wheel. But what if that something else isn't really about being lazy or lacking willpower?
Okay.
What if it's actually just your brain doing what it's designed to do? And maybe we just need to understand the mechanics a bit better.
Ah, I see. So it's less about blame and more about understanding the process. And that's really our mission for this deep dive, isn't it? We want to unpack the maybe surprising ways these bad habits actually take root.
The sneaky ways they creep in.
Yeah. And crucially, how to gently but effectively break free without all the guilt and pressure.
Right. We've looked into some behavioral science or real-life examples and found some practical strategies, things that can help you rebuild focus, discipline.
And that self-trust piece feels really important too.
Definitely. Rebuilding that trust in yourself.
Okay, let's dig in then. Where do we start with understanding how these habits even form?
One of the most insightful things, I think, and something people often miss, is that bad habits, they don't really show up with a big flashing sign, you know?
Warning bells?
Exactly. No siren. They just sort of slide in quietly, almost invisibly.
Like that example we started with, the one reel, it seems harmless.
Totally harmless, but then it turns into 10. Or that one workout you skip. Suddenly, it's been 2 weeks, and you've lost all momentum. What felt like just a tiny deviation somehow carves out this big chunk of your time or energy.
And it's so easy then to label yourself, right? Oh, I'm just lazy, or I lack discipline.
We jump to that conclusion, but maybe that's missing what's actually happening underneath.
So what is happening from a brain perspective?
Well, it's not really about a moral failing. Neurologically speaking, your brain is just defaulting to what it sees as the most efficient path.
Efficient, even for bad habits.
Yeah, because our brains are fundamentally energy savers. They love repetition. They love familiar patterns because those patterns take less mental effort.
Like a well-worn path.
Exactly like a favorite walking path. Every time you repeat an action, good or bad, you reinforce the neural connections for it. You're basically making that path deeper.
So whether it's like doom scrolling or biting your nails or maybe finding reasons to skip your English shadowing practice, your brain recognizes that familiar loop and goes, this is easy. Let's do this.
Right. And the more we walk down those trails, as you could call them, the deeper they get, the more automatic they become.
So it's not that we're weak necessarily. It's that the trail is just already built. It's the default route.
Precisely. Which leads us to a really key point about breaking them.
Okay.
If that's how they form, then just trying to stop doing it. Just saying, I won't do this anymore.
That rarely works, does it? Not for long, anyway.
Almost never long term. Because, like we said, the brain wants efficiency. It avoids effort. If you just try to remove an established habit, you create this kind of void.
An empty space.
Yeah. And the brain instinctively tries to fill that void. And what's the easiest thing to fill it with?
The old habit. The comfortable path.
Exactly. It defaults back. So if you just tell yourself, okay, no more checking my phone after dinner, your brain's next question is, okay, so what do I do now?
And if you don't have a clear answer,
It'll likely just snap back to the phone checking. Which is why the core idea, the real sort of secret sauce here is replace. Don't just remove.
replace, don't remove. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to give your brain a new path, a better alternative.
Yes. You have to actively offer it something else. You can't just say delete a junk food habit. You need to consciously replace it with something actually nourishing.
So instead of fighting the urge to scroll endlessly,
Maybe you decide, okay, when I feel that urge, I'll listen to 5 minutes of this deep dive instead. Or, for English learners, maybe shadow just one sentence out loud.
so you're providing a specific alternative action.
Exactly. It gives the brain something concrete to latch onto. It's that shift from I won't to instead I will.
Okay. I won't take Instagram after dinner becomes.
After dinner, I will listen to 3 minutes of an English leap deep dive. See the difference. It's proactive.
That feels much more empowering.
Yeah.
We actually have a couple of really small practical tips based on this, right? Micro habits.
Yeah, tiny things. So for English learners listening, Try picking just one short English sentence from this deep dive. Any sentence.
Okay.
And just commit to saying it out loud every morning. The same sentence every single day.
It might feel a bit repetitive, boring.
It might seem boring, but repetition is incredibly powerful for the brain. It signals, hey, pay attention. This new thing matters. You're carving that new path.
Okay, that makes sense. What's another micro tip?
Here's one for the phone habit. The next time your hand just automatically reaches for your phone, pause. Just for a second.
Okay, interrupt the impulse.
Exactly. And instead of unlocking it, just open your voice recorder and record yourself saying anything in English for 10 seconds.
You don't even have to send it to anyone.
Nope. Doesn't matter what you say. The act itself does two things. It breaks the old automatic pattern of unlocking and scrolling, and it starts wiring in a new, tiny, positive action.
Breaking the old, wiring in the new. I like that.
And speaking of wiring in new patterns,
Mm-hmm.
timing is really, really key here.
Timing. How so?
Well, there seems to be this small but really critical window, often just about 5 minutes or so, right before the habit usually kicks in.
The moment before you start scrolling or open the fridge or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yes, that moment, that pause before you actually do the thing, that's golden.
Why is that moment so important?
There's a great analogy I heard. It's like, you don't need to stop a whole storm. You just need to shut the window before the strong wind rushes in.
Okay.
If you can cap yourself in that initial 5-minute window when the urge is just starting and consciously intervene then.
Before the autopilot kicks in fully.
Precisely.
Right.
You dramatically increase your chances of not getting swept away by the old habit. It's about intercepting the urge before it gains momentum.
That makes sense. You pivot before the loop closes.
You got it. And here's the cool thing. Momentum works both ways.
And you mean?
Well, just like a bad habit gains momentum and pulls you in, starting a good action, even a tiny one, can also build positive momentum.
Okay. So even a small step in the right direction can shift things.
Absolutely. Here's a practical tip for that. When you feel that urge to scroll, say, after work, try saying this out loud. Okay, just 5 minutes. I'll stop after that. And then press play on an English learning deep dive or something similar.
Just 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That feels very low pressure.
Super low pressure. But you're planting a seed. And what often happens is, once you actually start the positive action, even for just those 5 minutes,
You might keep going.
you often do. You've shifted your energy, the momentum starts building in the new direction, and suddenly the urge for the old habit feels weaker.
That's really interesting, shifting the momentum.
And when you do manage that shift, even if it's small, it's so important to acknowledge it, to celebrate it.
Which brings us to another big trap, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This whole idea of perfection versus progress.
Oh, definitely. It's so easy to get discouraged, right? You miss one day.
Yeah, you skip one workout or you slip back into scrolling and you think, ugh, I failed. What's the point?
Exactly. But think about it like building a wall, brick by brick. You don't need the whole grand blueprint figured out from day one.
You don't have to lay all the bricks perfectly at once.
Right. You just need to focus on laying one brick today. Just one. It might not look like much on its own.
But day after day.
Those single bricks build something really substantial. It's about consistency, not perfection. That's why we say, celebrate the streaks, don't obsess over the slips.
So if you say, practice your English for 3 days straight, but then you forgot on the 4th day?
Don't beat yourself up about that 4th day. Focus on the 3 days you did show up. Acknowledge that effort.
Well, that's a much kinder approach.
It is. And there's a simple phrase you can use, maybe even write it down somewhere visible. I did it today. That's enough.
I did it today. That's enough. I like that. It lowers the bar in a good way.
It makes consistency feel achievable. And remember, those small wins, those single bricks laid consistently, they always compound over time. Always.
Small wins compound. Okay, now there's something else that often gets in the way, something a bit heavier. Guilt.
Guilt. Yeah. That can be a really powerful saboteur, can't it?
It feels like carrying around a heavy, wet blanket sometimes. It just weighs you down, drains your energy.
And keeps you stuck right back in the loop you're trying to escape.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you're suggesting there's a different way to react when we slip up.
Yes, a critical shift in perspective. Instead of that automatic thought, ugh, I failed again, try pausing and reframing it with curiosity.
Curiosity.
Like how?
Like thinking, okay, that old habit popped up again.
Huh.
Interesting. I wonder what triggered it this time.
So moving from self-judgment to Observation.
Precisely. Guilt
Well, yeah.
triches, awareness notices.
Yeah.
And that simple shift from judgment to noticing,
Yeah.
it's incredibly powerful. It creates space.
Space to choose differently next time, maybe. Without all the shame.
Exactly, without the self-condemnation. And this links to learning anything, really, whether it's a language or any new skill.
How so?
Well, instead of thinking, oh, I'm so bad at this when you make a mistake or struggle,
Yeah.
try reframing it as, okay, I'm noticing a pattern here. That means I'm actually learning.
I'm noticing a pattern, and that means I'm learning. That's quite a different perspective.
It's kinder, isn't it? And it's true, learning anything worthwhile involves messing up. It involves falling down sometimes. That's how we build strength, right?
Absolutely. Not through perfect, uninterrupted progress, but through that cycle of trying, noticing, adjusting, and trying again, through consistent, kind reflection.
Okay, that reframing feels really key.
Yeah.
And that leads us to the final piece, doesn't it? Which you said is maybe the deepest habit shifter of all.
Yes. Identity.
Identity. How does our identity connect to, say, scrolling too much?
Well, this is a really profound insight, and often it's the missing piece for people. Habits don't just come from willpower or motivation alone. They actually grow out of the soil of your identity.
The soil of identity. Okay, explain that a bit more.
What you fundamentally believe about yourself, who you think you are, powerfully shapes your behavior, often unconsciously.
So it's not just what you do, but who you believe you are while doing it.
Exactly. So think about the difference between saying, I want to stop procrastinating, versus saying, I am becoming the kind of person who shows up.
Whoa. Okay, that feels different. More solid.
Right. It's not just wishful thinking. It's planting a new belief about who you are or who you are becoming.
So for our English learners, it's shifting from, I really want to speak better English.
To something like, I am the kind of person who practices English consistently, even when it's tough.
You're claiming the identity before you fully achieve the outcome.
Yes, because you're not just chasing a skill anymore. You're starting to embody a mindset, a new way of being.
Embodying the mindset.
And when your identity starts to shift, your actions tend to follow more naturally to align with that new identity.
Because you want to be consistent with who you believe you are.
Exactly. And when those new actions repeat, reinforcing that identity, well, that's how your life really begins to change.
And it all starts with what? How does that shift begin?
It often begins simply with the words you use, especially the words you use when you talk to yourself. That internal dialogue is incredibly powerful in shaping that identity soil.
The words we use, the way we talk to ourselves. Wow. Okay. That's a lot to think about. Maybe we should quickly touch on a few key words we've used just to help internalize these ideas.
Good idea, just to kind of slow down and absorb them. We use the word trail quite a bit at the start.
Right, like that mental path the brain follows.
Yeah, that small path that gets deeper with repetition, making a habit automatic. It's a good visual for those ingrained patterns.
Okay. And then you mentioned replacing habits with something nourishing.
Yes. Nourishing meaning something that genuinely feeds you, your body, your mind, your spirit. Not just empty calories or temporary distraction, but something that actually supports your well-being and growth.
Like choosing a nourishing activity over just a distracting one. Makes sense? And that last big idea revolved around the word embody.
Right. To embody isn't just to think about something or want it. It means to live it, to become it.
Like embodying the mindset of the person you want to be.
Exactly. It's about integrating that identity into your actual way of being in the world, living the change from the inside out.
Trail, nourishing, embody. Got it. Those are helpful anchors. Well, we really hope this deep dive has maybe shed some light and helped you feel a bit more in control of your habits.
And more in control of your own journey, really, because that's what it's about. And please remember, every small step counts. Every tiny replacement, every conscious pause.
It's all progress. It really is.
Absolutely. And hey, if you want to explore this a bit further, we do have a free PDF companion for this deep dive.
Oh, right. What's in that?
It's got summaries of the key points, some practical reflection questions to help you think about your own habits, and a full glossary of all the terms we discussed today, just to help you integrate it all.
Perfect. You can find the link for that right in the description below this deep dive.
Yeah, check it out.
So, as you reflect on everything we've talked about today, maybe here's one final thought to leave you with. A little provocation.
Okay.
What single identity shift, however small, could you start making today, right now, to begin embodying the person you truly want to become?